Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Book Bar, and welcome to a super fun week-long vlog. This week, I am going to be participating in the Summer of Self Pub, which is hosted by Rachel from Argent Rabe. She's not on YouTube, but she's on Instagram, and also like kind of co-hosted by Mel from Mel Reads and Cassidy at Covers with Cassidy. And so this is just it's supposed to be reading indie fantasies, but I'm a romance reader, and I read indie romance 99% of the time anyways, but why not vlog about it? So this week, I'm going to be trying to hit all of the different prompts with a different book. And so let me hit up my fancy little handy dandy sticky note I have over here. So the Summer of Self Pub prompts are as follows. There are two more like self-care type of prompts. There is read an indie by candlelight. One night I might light a candle and read my Kindle. And then there's rest and self-care, which that's what I do 99% of the time. So, you know. But then the actual like reading prompts, there are name on the cover. So finding the letters of your name on the cover. And so I'm going to be using Never Die by Rob J. Hayes. I know this is super out of my comfort zone, but I did want to go with an indie actual fantasy since that's what this is. And it's also Mel from Mel Reads. It's her Patreon pick for the book club. And if you look, it's blurred by Mark Lawrence. So I was able to fit my name in with all those letters because it just has to be on the cover. It doesn't have to be the title and the name. It could also be in the blurb. Then red on the cover, I'm going to be reading Meant to Be by Jennifer Probst. The girl on the cover, her hair is red. I have the book over there somewhere, but I can't be bothered to grab it. Then 500 plus pages. I'm going to be reading Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. Finally getting to this. I've been wanting to read it for a while, but I'm going to finally get around to it. So yeah, and then I'm also going to be reading The War of Two Queens, but I don't know if that's fully an indie fantasy romance. I don't know that it's fully indie. Like it has a publisher, but it's a pretty small publisher. So I'm still going to talk about it in the vlog, but it's not hitting the prompts the way these other books are. But yeah, I'm really excited. It's going to be a super fun vlog. I'm also going up to visit my family this weekend, so you'll probably get some fun little b-roll of what I can get from that. But yeah, that is all I have for now, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Hello, everybody. It is the first day of Summer of Self Pub, and I am halfway through my first book, which is my book with red on the cover. Her hair is red, so it's red on the cover. But it's Meant to Be by Jennifer Probst, and I'm enjoying it. I started it on my drive up to Dallas, and it's really cute. It is a surprise baby, but it's done in a good way because they both realized what they did and that they weren't using protection and that this was a possibility. Instead of it being like, oh no, we didn't use protection and now we have a baby. So I'm not hating it. Usually I'm not a big fan of surprise baby, but I am enjoying it. It's cute. There is some suspension of disbelief that has to happen. But yeah, I don't have a ton to say. But I will update you all when I get to the end. I just wanted to do a quick, I'm 50% of the way in checkup. But yeah, I'll update you all when I get to the end and tell you all about it. But yeah, I am enjoying it. It's a good first read of the readathon. But I'll talk to you all in the next one. Hello, it is day 2 of Summer of Self Pub, and I have finished my first book. I finished Meant to Be by Jennifer Probst. I don't have it with me because I'm at my cousin's house, just pulling up. But I wanted to do this before I go inside and get all crazy playing with my nieces and stuff. But I finished it, and I'm gonna give it 4 stars, 4.5. It's really cute and fun, but it's not really all that memorable. Like I don't think it's a book that like I'll ever want to reread or that it'll stick out in my brain. It was Surprise Baby, but in a way that didn't bother me because so basically I didn't talk about this much yesterday because I just didn't have time, but they first meet in the prologue, Sebastian and Kiara, and they have this like one night where they just really deeply connect and nothing happens. They don't kiss or anything, and then like a couple months later Sebastian is introduced to Kiara as her best friend Rory's boyfriend, and which is fine. So then cut ahead through, I think it's like a 3-year time jump to chapter 1, and they're at a funeral, and it's Rory's funeral. So she has died in a car accident, and it's kind of told from like Sebastian's perspective, and he blames himself for the accident, and so he kind of takes a step back from like her family and her friends and her business and everything, and then chapter 2 is like another 2-year time jump, and Kiara's at a bar and Sebastian's at the same bar, and this guy's like hitting on Kiara and is very much like not taking no for an answer and being very slimy and sleazy. And so Sebastian like intercedes, and he ends up drinking the drink that the guy had bought for Kiara. Well, the drink ended up being drugged, so Kiara takes Sebastian home with her because she doesn't want something bad to happen to him. Like, she doesn't want him to, get sick or do something, like have something happen. Well, he's all disoriented and confused and ends up in her bed. And of course things happen. They both think it's a dream, and then they realize the next morning what happened. He still kind of forgets because he was drugged, and then he remembers, and they realize like they didn't use protection, and she's not on the birth control pill or anything, but she's like, it's fine, it's one time. And he's like, that's all it takes is one time. So I did appreciate that talk of it, like that. Yeah, because when there's a surprise baby, everyone's like, how did we end up pregnant? Well, yeah, you have sex like freaking bunny rabbits and don't wear condoms or are on birth control. So I appreciated that aspect of it, that like they knew it was coming. Like they had like, you knew well ahead of time that she was going to end up pregnant because of this whole thing. And so the main conflict of the story is just that obviously this is Kiara's best friend's widow, and they've always had this connection, but they denied it. Like when Kiara was introduced to Sebastian, she acted like she had never met him, because she was like, because everything that Rory wanted aligned with what Sebastian wanted out of life. And which she knew after like their first time meeting, she was like, Rory's what he wants. Like Rory is the type of person that he needs to be with, not me. And so she acted like they had never met, and it worked out because Sebastian ended up loving Rory deeply. And so Kiara just feels like she's taking over her best friend's life. She is really close with Rory's dad, always has been. She's now the CEO of the company and editor-in-chief of the company that they created together, and that was the role that Rory had, and now she's having a baby with Rory's widow. So that's like the main conflict of the story, is just that. And so again, it's not super memorable, but I did really enjoy it. It was a quick, short, fun read. 4.5 stars. So now I'm going to move on to the War of Two Queens, which will be like, it'll probably take me most of this week to read because it's a long book. But now I'm gonna go inside and play with my nieces and have a fun day with them. Probably go swimming. I think we're gonna do a scavenger hunt. I'm gonna maybe try to convince them to do it at like a Barnes and Noble and go do like a fun like bookish scavenger hunt. And if I do, I will film. Maybe I'll see if they give me like a bookish scavenger hunt, and I'll have someone film me doing it, not them, because I don't want them on camera, but we'll see. Yeah, I'll talk to you all in the next one. Hello, everybody. I am 50% of the way through Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. I'm really enjoying it. It's cute. Naomi comes into town after her sister Tina calls her after she ran away from her wedding also. And her sister Tina is bad news, and her sister steals her car and her money and everything from her and leaves her with her daughter. And so Naomi is stuck taking care of this teenager, 11-year-old, that she knows nothing about and didn't even know existed. And the town grump Knox, who owns like half the town because he won a lottery one time. He helps Naomi figure things out, like where she's gonna stay, and helps with waylay. And of course, things are gonna happen. I didn't realize that this had fake dating in it, which is fantastic because I love fake dating. I love Grumpy Sunshine. But yeah, I'm really liking it. It is really long. Like, I've been listening for 4 hours and I'm only halfway through. Not even 4 hours, about 4 hours, and I'm not even halfway through, or just barely halfway through. And so, but I'm really liking it. It's cute. It's fun. And yeah, I don't have much else to say right now because I don't want to give too much away. But I'll talk to you all when I get to the end. Hello. I have finished Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score, and I really enjoyed it. I'm giving it 4.5 stars, rounded up to 5 on Goodreads, but it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Knox and Naomi were so cute. The external conflict was a little wild, and it was just a little too long. I mean, it was a 16-hour audiobook, so even listening on like 2.5 times speed, it still took me an entire work day to listen to, plus some. So, but I still really enjoyed it. Like I said, 4.5. It's Grumpy Sunshine, fake dating. Like, it hits a ton of buzzwords. Single parent-ish, because Naomi ends up getting guardianship of her niece, who is 11. And so she kind of has to take care of her. So single parent aspect of it all. And I really enjoyed it. I loved, like, Naomi's very much like a fixer, and she wants to fix everyone's problems, but she doesn't think about herself and, like, do things that make her happy. And then the one thing she does that does make her happy is Knox, and he blows it up, of course, you know, there are conflicts and stuff. So, but I did really enjoy it, and I had a great time reading it. But the end felt like, if the external conflict with the end just kind of felt really rushed. So I didn't love that, but I had a great time. It was a really good book. I'm glad I read it for Summer of Self-Pub. Finally got around to it. It definitely is worth the hype that it's been getting. And yeah, so now I am going to be starting Never Die by Rob J. Hayes. It's an epic fantasy. I think it's about, like, mercenaries or something. I don't know. But it's an actual, like, just fantasy. There's no romance. It's Mel from Mel Lenore Reads. It was her, like, group pick for her Patreon. So I'm reading that. It also covers the name on the cover because it's blurred by Mark Lawrence. And so if you look at, like, all the letters, it ends up fitting Melissa is there. And so, yeah, I am going to start that. And I will let you know when I get to the 50% mark. Hello. I am halfway through Never Die by Rob J. Hayes, which is my next book that I'm reading for Summer of Self-Pub. It is a fantasy novel that is all about, like, killing people, and it's crazy. So basically this girl wakes up after she thought she died, and she's being healed by this young boy named Ian, and he heals her, and he tells her that he has healed her, and she is now tied to him and has to help him on this journey. And then he'll heal someone else that was also murdered in the same, like, battle that the girl, I cannot think of any of their names. The battle that she was killed in, he was also killed. He heals him, same thing. The guy tries to leave, and basically, like, he can't. He would die. And then they go and they find this other big dude, this big guy who they call, like, it's not the best, the names that they use. There's, like, fat phobia, kind of. I don't think it's fat phobia, but the names that they call this bigger guy, it's not great. But yeah, really, it's just a lot of killing. And that's all I can say about it, because that's really all I've taken from the book, is that it's a lot of killing. I'll probably finish it, because I only have a couple hours left of the audiobook. And and I'm listening to it on Audible, so I can speed it up. Whereas, like, if I was listening to it on any play, I can't speed it up more past 1.75 speed, but on Audible, I can speed it up to, like, 3.5. If I get really bored, I'll just speed it up, basically, to get to the end. But it's looking like it'll probably be about a 3-star. It's not anything special. Like I said, it's really just a lot of killing. And then I also picked up a book. I had a lot going on when I got back to work this afternoon, and I needed a romance. So I picked up Rushed by Aurora Rose Reynolds. And I can't tell you much about it, because I'm literally only, like, 4 chapters in. basically this girl, I think her name's Sybil, her fiance decided that he doesn't want to get married anymore. And so she goes on this trip, and there she meets this guy, Tanner. And it's a small town romance, and I think I've read, like, from what I've read, it has, like, that mystery aspect that a lot of small town romances have. So we'll see. But yeah, that's my update for now. I probably won't read either of those tonight. I have indie books that I need to read, indie/self-pub books that I need to read for book clubs and things. So I'm going to get to those. But that is all I have for now. I will talk to you all when I get to the next update. Hello. Welcome back. I have now finished Never Die by Rob J. Hayes. And I'm not going to rate it because I wouldn't know what to rate it. I mean, it's probably like a 3-star. But my retention of what I understood is very little. I felt like it was kind of rushed at the end, but that could also be that I had sped it up really fast because I was really just trying to get it over with, because it's not really my kind of book. So that's why I'm not going to rate it, because I don't feel right rating a book that's just not to my taste. So I'm not rating it, but I had a fine time. And I also finished Rushed by Aurora Rose Reynolds, and that one felt rushed at the end. Like, honestly, it did. And I did really enjoy it. I'm giving it 4.5 stars. But it was really cute. It was Sybil and Tanner, and it was kind of insta love, surprise baby, all of that fun stuff. Trips that I don't really love. But it was a cute small town romance, and I'm excited to read the next books in the series. So it shall be fun. But I did get some fun mail today. I want to give away from Jen from the Book Refuge and Juliet Cross. And so I won a signed copy of Wolf Gone Wild, which is one of my favorite books so far this year. My personalization is kind of goofy, so I'm not going to say what it is. But Juliet Cross also included some fun stickers. There's Evie and Mateo, and a fun bookmark. But yeah, I am obsessed. I love Alpha. I love Evie. I love Mateo. So obviously Alpha is an alpha hero, but Mateo is like so squishy and happy, and it, like, he's like the best of both worlds when it comes to men. So yeah, I love this book so much. And you know what? Indie works for this vlog. I also did get a Pango Books order from Rye at Rye's Reading Corner. This is not an indie, but this is a book that I read last year and I really, really enjoyed. I know a lot of people don't love it, but I bought me a copy of Second First Impressions by Sally Thorne. Now I just need to buy one more, and I will have all of Sally Thorne's books that she has published so far. I really enjoyed this, so I decided that I needed a copy of it. It's already on the hating game, and I really liked 99% Mine too. I know those are unpopular opinions, but you know, it is what it is. Reading is subjective. So yeah, that is all I have for now. Technically, after finishing Never Die, I have completed all of the prompts for the week, but I am still going to try to get finished with The War of Two Queens, which covers all of the prompts in one book. So it'd be kind of fun to do one book for each prompt and then one book that covers all the prompts. I still do need to read by candlelight, but it's 9 million degrees here, so, and it also gets dark kind of late, so it's kind of hard, and I'm not around this weekend, so I don't know that I'll actually like complete that, but I read at night, like in the dark, and I could say that my Kindle is candlelight. I mean, Rachel's not really gonna care. So, but yeah, that is all I have for now. I will either be back to talk about The War of Two Queens or to close out this vlog, but I'll talk to you on the next one. Hello. I went to edit my Summer of Self-Pub vlog, and I realized I never actually closed the vlog out. Did not finish The War of Two Queens, which is sad, but I just had too many other things I had to read, and I just didn't prioritize it. But I'm still reading it. I'm about 35% of the way through, so it will continue into my Romance Takeover Readathon vlog because it's fantasy. So, but I had still already ticked off I had gone through the whole scavenger hunt. I got through it all, and I did pick up another audiobook on my drive home yesterday. So I read Voyeur by Fiona, and that's an indie book. So that was another one that I read. But we'll just go through what I read this week. I started the week off reading. What did I start? I don't even remember anymore. But I know I read Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. I gave that 5 stars. That was probably my favorite read. Or I gave 4.5 stars. Because again, it was a little long. But that was probably my favorite read. I read Meant to Be by Jennifer Probst. I gave that one 4 stars because it was kind of forgettable. Things We Never Got Over. I read Never Die by Rob J. Hayes. I didn't rate that because I don't know how to read it, because that's not my usual genre, and I didn't enjoy it, but I didn't hate it either. So, I guess it'd probably be like a 3-star, but I don't feel right giving it a rating because it's not in my wheelhouse. And then I also read Rushed by Aurora Reynolds, and I gave that 4 stars because it's Insta Love, and I'm not a huge Insta Love fan. And then I started and got about a little over a quarter of the way through The War of Two Queens by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and I read Voyeur by Fiona. So yeah, then I gave that one, I didn't talk about it, but I gave that 4 stars. The third act conflict in the end was just really rushed. So yeah, but yeah, I had a great time with this. Thank you again, Rachel and Mel and Cassidy, for this awesome, fun week. It was a lot of fun, and reading indies is the best way to go. So yeah, keep an eye out for my Romance Takeover Readathon vlog, where I will be continuing to talk about The War of Two Queens. Hopefully I finish it during this vlog. But yeah, I will see you all in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the fun stuff. It really helps me out. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye!